Let's start with this. If Durant has to play Game 5 tomorrow night without Kyrie or James Harden, which feels like the likeliest scenario, give me some numbers. Like, for them to win that game, what would KD have to do?
I think KD would probably have to put up 40 points, and he'd have to do it efficiently. It's not like a high volume of shots to get that number is going to be a winning formula, because it's all about efficiency. And even the other night, he put up numbers, but look what he shot from the field. And the reason that's happening is because there's no other threat on the floor with Kevin Durant to create their own offense if those guys aren't there. So now you press up on him at 30 feet. You get physical with him over screens. Every time he comes off a ball screen, you jump out, hit him with a second guy, get him to pick the ball up. If he wants to continue through that and go to some mid-range area of the floor with guys draped on him, he's not going to shoot a high percentage from the field. So the key for me, the biggest number of all, how many free throw attempts does Kevin Durant get? Because if they keep him to single digits again, they have no shot to win if those guys aren't on the floor. It would take, obviously, a ton of help from the three-point line with his role players. But the problem is, if you've got Kevin Durant out there by himself, the way that you can guard him by putting an extra defender in his vicinity and still being able to recover back to the three-point line. I just don't know how you generate the offense, Greeny, against a very good Milwaukee Bucks defense. And by the way, Milwaukee is also a team that's capable of giving you 110, 115, 120 on the other end. So I just don't see any way. If Kevin Durant's out there by himself, you can overcome everything that the Bucks represent and the way that this series is being officiated right now.
Yeah, people forget the Bucks were the #1 scoring team in the NBA this season. Brooklyn was #2. Let's go to the other side. We just showed you Chris Paul and the Suns in a sweep, and this starts to feel like an opportunity for Paul to finally get where he's never been, which is the NBA Finals at the age of 36. What does that mean as he sits and waits to see if it's going to be Utah or the Clippers? What does this mean for Chris Paul at this stage of his career?
Well, I think even honestly the last 2 years, what he has done, he's obviously going to go down as one of the greatest point guards in history. And some people think, hey, you know what? If I got to win one game and Chris Paul's my point guard, I'm good with that no matter who you want to put out there against him, because he's the ultimate leader. He's a facilitator. He defends. He's the IQ of your entire operation. So for him to be able to put these 2 years back to back where he's taken teams that had much smaller expectations than what they ended up fulfilling, and being the leader to do that, particularly on a night when he can roll back the clock and say, I've got to now go get buckets to make sure we get this thing to the next round. Very few players historically, Greeny, have ever been able to do what he did last night at that age. And it's also not his first choice to be a scorer, but he kept taking that same spot. He got to it over and over and decided, you know what? I'm going to make sure that this series does not drag on. We've got to take advantage of the fact that Jokic isn't here. Get this over with. Let's get our rest and let's wait. Really historic what he has done to play the most meaningful basketball of his entire career, a storied career, at 36 years old with a team that nobody expected to be in the conference finals going into the season.
They could get a ton of rest. If the Clippers and Jazz go 7, the Western Conference Final wouldn't start till a week from tomorrow. They could get 9 days between games. Timmy Legler, outstanding as always. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.